Lioness, it's time to rise. Unleash the power deep inside, strong and fierce. You're not alone. Together we'll make our presence known. We're the women ready to roll. Oh yeah. Build the myths, life and sisterhood. Oh yeah. We'll conquer all just like we should. Roll, lioness.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Pride and Purpose Podcast, where we are living life and roaring our way through it. So today we are excited to have with us Miss Mia Armstead with us today on our podcast. And we're so excited about talking with her and her sharing how she is balancing a new business as well as her family. So that's what we all are going, pretty much all of us, Lioness, are going through, or we went through this sometime or another. So we're just blessed to have Mia on here with us to share her journey and her in her way, and just explain to us how she is dealing and how she's roaring her way through life. So let's welcome Mia. Mia, hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. It is so good to see you. So good to see you, my lovely Lioness. It is
Yes,
so good, so good, so good. Well, Mia, we're going to get right to it because I know the ladies are excited about hearing from all of our lovely Lioness. And like we said, they have an opportunity. Just let us know so
yes.
that they can be on here. We're ready to hear from everybody in the den. So we are looking forward to hearing your stories. And I am just so I don't know. I'm like as proud as I can be right now. If
Yes.
y'all just knew our story, we'll probably tell you later. But right now, we're going to get into our show. But Mia, I have a couple of questions for you. I wanted to ask you if you could start by telling us a bit about your journey to becoming a business owner of an administrative assistant team. Tell us how did it, I mean, just tell us. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how this happened. So if you could just start by telling us a bit about your journey and what it was like.
Okay, so being in a journey of administrative assistant team, it started actually with my mom. My mom was a real estate agent and she had me as her assistant. And then later on, working in customer service and then in a nursing home as a social worker assistant. Of course, COVID kicked in and then I needed to find extra work. I started volunteering at my church. And then a couple of business owners there needed assistance. So they ended up being referrals. And then after that, it became word of mouth. And then another referral came in and they needed an administrative business manager, virtual. And I ended up working with him and making sure that his staff were doing what they needed to do for his business. So it became one person after another. And then it went into digital marketing along with it. So I had to also up my skill game, go take classes and courses so I can be abreast on things needed for my clients. But yeah, on the way up, it was touch and go. It wasn't easy at first. It was learn as you go. Because you're working with all kinds of people, they're different personalities. You definitely will need a customer service skill and learn how to smile and learn how to communicate. So that was definitely one of the ways that got me to this journey. And I learned along the way that every business needs assistance. They want staff on their team where they can be business owners who like to be hands off. So my line of work is in the service of people, or being in the business of service. And that's what took off was serving and helping people one task at a time. And as people saw those tasks getting done a lot quicker, they didn't have to continuously do it. Then they let me do it and said, here you go.
I love it. I love it. And you know what I really love, Mia, as you were speaking, a lot of your journey had to do with the relationships that you've had. Whether it was your mom's friends, whether it was friends, whether it was church. It's so important that we see how relationships can open doors as well as close them.
Yes.
But you've had a great opportunity where the doors that were open for you led to you now having an amazing and up and coming and booming business. So
Yes.
I am just so excited. That it's I love the story. I love the beginning. So Mia, what inspired you to start this business, and how has your vision evolved since the beginning?
Okay. So what inspired me was I was working in the nursing home, um, and I was volunteering being an admin assistant. And being during working at the nursing home, then COVID came. So with COVID, I had to stay away from family. I could not work as or be at home. So that work life balance was very interrupted a lot of the times, where I had to stay away for a week at a time. So that was very difficult, not only for myself, but for my family as well. So coming back to work from home was a priority. So I had to figure out a different route to do that. So what inspired was continuously working and serving at my local church, and where there were other business owners where they could see that I was working, and then I offered services as well. So when I offered services, that opened the door where some were like, I do need assistance in this area, and that helped me to continuously move on with that. And then as I had to evolve, was increase my skills, because there were certain clients that needed certain things, such as medical clients that had to have HIPAA compliance available, and and I had to learn certain platforms, so that way I could be efficient in the work for them and serving them as well. So evolving had to be, you have to progress where you are. You can't stay stuck doing the same thing over and over again, because one, you'll get bored. Two, they'll get bored. And growing and growth and progression is definitely the way to go, regardless of what business you're in. You must always continuously learn or hone onto your skills that you have, and that will help you. So that's what I had to do.
That is awesome. You're making so many things come into my head right now as you talk, and it's just like I'm just blown away. But it's when you were talking about COVID,
Hmm.
and you were saying how that had a lot to do with it, but you switching over. What I've noticed is, even talking to other Lioness and other business owners, COVID made a lot of us pivot.
Yeah.
It made a lot of us do things that we thought that we would never do, or it made us actually polish up on some skills that we had that we never really, like a Zoom call and all
Yes.
the different social media and communication ways of communicating, because we could not speak or go to homes. So many things come about podcasts and
Hmm.
things of that nature. So many people have changed things. So it's really amazing how you said that this at the COVID scene helped you to pivot and start a business, because that's going into our next question, because you mentioned it too, your family, and you working in the nursing home, and how you had to stay away from your family maybe at a time. That's a lot. But when it comes to balancing business and family, Mia, managing a business while raising young daughters is no small feat. Can you share how you have navigated the challenges of balancing these significant parts of your life? And I know that you have done an amazing job, because you have one who I was there when that child was born, and I cannot believe that she is 18. It's driving me nuts, but you have raised such beautiful daughters. How have you done that in the midst of all of this business chaos?
Oh, time management. Calendars on calendars on calendars.
Mm,
Let me tell you, my husband went and bought this big dry erase calendar to put in our bedroom.
wow.
Okay. Then we have a calendar in the living room area or the walkway. Then I have, of course, your calendar on your phone or on your computer. So they all have to sync. So our favorite tool is Gmail or Google Calendar. So everybody has it on their phone, and we have a shared calendar. Then I make sure they all have notifications and time management. Me and my husband definitely have weekly or bi-weekly meetings, not only regarding time but finances, and we have to have that time because we have 3 kids and they have activities. They're just like we are busy with our hobbies and things that we love to do, so are they. And then there's paid items that come up, like now we're preparing for graduation, so cap and gown, photos, prom, we need to know how to have a budget, when to know what time we need to have it by, what dates, and have those things in place. So just like a business, if you, for your family, you have to have almost like a business meeting for your family. We had to treat it so that our house management system was in place. And that's something that I had to learn a little early on when I first had my firstborn, was having what's called a home management system, or as you could say it, your fly lady system. And that's what I had to use because it helped me keep up with my chores and things that at the house, and making sure the kids know how to clean their room, so I'm not constantly telling them. So creating habits, and I can tell you, even from a business standpoint, you're going to have down days when you're not going to want to do anything. But when you have a calendar and you can see your goals continuously, you look forward to making those goals. And every small thing you do, even it's just one task on your computer, is a big win. It's still a victory to get to where you're trying to get to. So if you only can do your work for 15 minutes, do the 15-minute task, check it off, you did it. So I had to really learn how to work with small things like timers. That was because I will do something for 5 minutes, turn around, move away from it, go do something else, forgot, try to come back to it. No, use timers, Alexa, your phone. Time management skills is your friend. It is not to be your enemy. It is your friend. You'll be surprised how much you can get done in 15 minutes.
Love it. I love it. It's so true. Because we all are looking for some way to manage our household.
Yes.
Some of us are retired and don't have to worry about that. Some of us have bonus kids like me, three of them, teenager, middle schooler, and a little one. So it's
Yeah.
like crazy, but I can't be everything to them every
Right.
day. But what I can do is I can be the best Mimi some days and then the
Yes.
best business worker some days. So we do a lot of compromising around here.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the timer, and the calendar and family management. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
So exciting. You're gonna have to post in the group or something like put a sheet where we can have like a worksheet. You have to get us a
Yes.
worksheet so we can have the Mia and the Mia Futrell home management board or something so that we can get us a glimpse of that, because that I
Yes.
know that is a
It's good. It's actually from a website that I got it from that you would probably love, that everybody can use, and it's free. So there's no
free.
cost.
Free.
Everything's
Said the
free.
free
They
word.
send you a free email. They'll even send you a free, like, this is your checklist for the day. Make sure you wash your face, brush your teeth, make your bed up, down to that. Because sometimes we get so tired and down, or we just like, no, but you gotta, to get yourself back up. You gotta do it. So for those that deal with depression, anxiety, feeling stuck, this is what called baby steps. So I will put that in, send that over to you, and you can review it and make it your
Please.
own for our
That'll
Lioness.
oh, we got to do
So,
this. All right, Lioness Mia. Listen, hey, to see why we do this? Because everybody who comes in here adds value to this group, and she is added value to probably about 100 of us women in this. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for that.
you're welcome.
Are there any particular routines or systems where you just shared that you've implemented at home to help manage your dual roles as a business owner and a mother? If you can tell
Yes.
us about that, I mean, that's amazing.
Yes. So the routine is your morning routine. I know some people are not morning people, but that which is me. I am not a morning person. I will do my work at night. So it will give me, make up your bed, wash your face, brush your teeth, shower, put your clothes on, do a little mini movement for 15 minutes. That's your exercise for those who don't care to exercise. And 15 minutes of free movement. That means go put some clothes in the laundry. Then they'll say, what you gonna eat for dinner? Okay, even if you're thinking about it, you checked something off your list. You thought about what's for dinner for your family and for your household. Now, let's go open up to your desk for work. Okay, where's your calendar? Okay, did you have a to-do list? All right, then we're done. Let's go ahead and put the to-do list. Pick 3 things. Let's do the 3 things. Set the timer. see how far we can get done with that first task. If we're not finished, we'll come back to it. Let's start on the next task. 15 minutes, let's do it again. And you have that. And then there's for my night people. For a lot of us, this was called the brain dump moment. We have so much we think about at night. So the brain dump moment is before you go to bed. I don't care if you wash your face, brush your teeth. If you're in bed, have a notepad and paper, notepad and pen, and write down everything you're thinking about before you go to sleep. Write it all out. To-do lists, business ideas, creativity, what you were thinking about. If you're upset, journaling. So it's almost like a journaling entry moment. But as long as it's out of your head, you will be able to go ahead and go back to sleep or go to sleep because you've got it on paper now. So it's somewhere stored where you're not holding it, and now you can go to bed. So you have your morning and your night.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you know your mama does that. At night, I always write down everybody who I've met that day. And I've always had to go back because there's always something that you can
Yes.
learn from a person that you've met. And you know, a goal for me is to meet somebody new every day.
Mhm.
But to
Mhm.
write it down, make sure you write it down. I love that dump at night.
Yeah.
I learned that from John Maxwell as well, where you sit and take that time of reflection and dump at night, and it's so important. And it's
Yes.
such a it'll relieve you too.
It does.
Getting that out of your head and getting things on paper. That is such an amazing idea. Thank you for sharing that. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Well, let's talk about some insights on leadership and management.
Mhm.
Leading this team, because you have a huge team. You have all of these people, and they're all doing different works for different clients. So leading an administrative assistant team requires strong leadership skills.
Mhm.
How do you foster a positive and productive work environment for your team?
The first word I'm going to definitely say is communication. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Verbally and written. Everything goes in an email. You always CC your client, who's the main owner, if you have an abundance of staff, or your HR person, for those that may have an HR person in their business, and communicate. Write everything down, every note, idea, business meeting, whatever. Everything needs to be time stamped because, and this is me going back to working in a nursing home as a social worker assistant. You always cover yourself because if something was not written down, it was not done. So for me in working with the team, I always had to make sure everything was written down. We have weekly staff meeting emails, or what I call the communication huddle. So that way we do updates. So if you got something upcoming and you want the team to be prepared, at least you do it. So we say Monday is communication huddle. Let's prepare for the week. Let's go ahead and let them know what we're doing. Guys, remember, timesheets are due by the 5th of the next month. Please make sure all of your notes are completed by the last day of this month. We're closing out a month, everybody. Let's go ahead. Let's make sure everything is done so we're not scrambling. So, like I said, that time management comes in too. So you set a date on your computer, a reminder to say, send out these emails, send out this communication, so that way you have it. But if you have a meeting, always have a pen and paper, write everything down that goes on in a meeting. So that way, if someone forgot something or you forget what you talked about, you already know what's there. So, of course, there are recording devices. You still need consent. But if you can have a pen and paper to write everything down, you are able to move forward and communicate with your team. This helps keep everyone on track. So project management skills will come into play with this. So if you don't know about project management, YouTube it. It is free. A lot of these courses for administrative life is free on YouTube University.
Ah, I love it. I love it. Hey, I love it. YouTube University. There you go. There you go. And while we playing, we ain't playing, but seriously, there are tons. I love that you mentioned that because for everyone out there, there are tons of resources on YouTube.
Yes.
There are also some resources on Google. Google has free classes as well where you can learn a lot about Google Analytics, and you can also get certifications in
Yes.
Google certified, and that is huge.
Yes.
And that's free. So, there's tons of things, and Google has tons of classes, for real.
Yes.
So check those out. But these are things that are available. I'm glad you mentioned that because there are
Hmm.
things that are available to you for free that you
Yes.
get to grow your skills,
And
to grow your leadership.
yeah, and I believe there's another place. It's called Cornell University. They partner with Bank of America. So for women's entrepreneurship courses, they have that for free as well. I believe it's every quarter or every other quarter they'll have it available. You will just have to kind of research and look it up. But once you sign up, the professor there, which I also get because I attended and got certified, and they send you a list of free grants on the first of the month. So you get a list of free grants. So for your business, if you are looking for grants to apply to, there is resources that can be sent to you to have to apply for grants for fun.
I
So believe me, there are things out here. The things that you're looking for are out here. You just need to know where to look.
I love it. I love it. And that's leading with leadership. You hear her? She's leading us. She's telling us where we can go and grow because it's a continuous growth journey, where we're always learning. So thank you so much for sharing, Mia. Could you share a significant challenge that you faced in your business and how you've overcome it?
Oh, yes. Okay. So here's a good story. So, social media, when it first came out, was not my friend. So, learning how to deal with analytics, learning how to put a post on a Facebook page, or learning how to even create a page for my clients, I had to go figure it out by going to YouTube University and learning how to do that. And then web design. I had a client who wanted me to come on board and help them update their website. I knew nothing about the development or brand of the website developers. So I had to find a way to learn how to create the website and practice on my own with the different website or fake a domain or a simple one. And I had to learn what that was. What is a domain? Back to simple basics. And what is hosting? What is that? And why do I need that? Do I need data protection or data privacy? So for my clients, do I need to have certain things in compliance for them? Am I taking money for my clients? So that means I need to make sure their clients are in having privacy completed for them.
Right.
So it's little, for some people, you need to learn that it has to be small, simple tasks that we don't think about, we overlook, that we do need to relearn and go back over. So it is basic customer service skills, but those very tedious skills make big impacts with your clients and in your business. Then I had to learn what's accounting. How do I manage my business money now that got paid with helping them with their website? Do I pay taxes first or do I put it to the side? So learning those things, especially those that do not have a tax accountant, you need to know where you should put your money and not spend it on a brand new pair of shoes because you feel like you are rewarded
Come on.
for helping this client.
Discipline. Discipline. It's called
Discipline.
discipline.
So, like I said, like the small little things can make big impacts. So, if I bought my pair of shoes, I didn't pay the electric bill. So, how can I help my clients if my electric bill is not paid because I bought shoes with the money that I got paid for? So, little things like, even though we say common sense, but discipline where you are. If you need discipline, then you need to just learn how to do things one at a time. And I do believe in the power of do not rush yourself. Slow down, do the one thing, complete it, then move to the next. So if you can do that, then you can move forward and keep going and progressing. So that's part of my strong leadership is one thing at a time. We'll make the big list, make it as long as you want, but then also set a deadline. You want it done by Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday, because if it doesn't do it, it will never get done.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's talk a little bit about personal growth and development. I wanted to notice this was a question that I had in my mind that I really been wanting to ask you because this is something that I think about all the time. But how has being a business owner and a mother influenced you in the way that you are raising your kids? Like, oh, and how has the business being a business owner influenced the children in your relationship? How do they look?
I'm definitely gonna say it has definitely influenced them. At first, it was a challenge because of time, because they didn't understand why mom was doing something different, and you had to explain what it was. But then they started noticing mommy was making some money, and that money was helping pay for some things they liked. So now they leave mommy alone when she says I'm in working mode. So, but other than that, it was a challenge, but it influenced them to see what I was doing to the point that one of my children decided to sell candy at store and have her own business.
Come on.
Then it grew to two of them deciding to do dog sitting services for a neighbor. So now they see that one parent, well, actually both parents, my husband also has his own side hustle and business, and they see that we are doing something different on our own, and we can also make time. They also see us balance time as well. They tell us, big rule is if it's not on the calendar, we can't do it. So anything they have, they make sure it's on the calendar. We have no reason why we can't attend any of their events unless they collide and one gave us something first and then the last one was last minute. But we try to make sure we're at every event, every sporting outing, every whatever it is that they need to do, we're there. If it's one of us or both of us, or we have godparents in place. So if you have a village, then if you don't, there's always a way to have one. There are people out here that you can befriend. You can create your systems. For some of you may not have a caregiver or sitter, but somebody can come to your laundry. You may can get a person who can come and cook you some food, or there are resources out here. You may not have to pay for those. You may can have a friend who's trying to build a business and they need to do laundry services. You could be their first client so they know and get feedback. So now you got free laundry being done for you.
Right. It's like the barter system.
Yes. Yes, very much. So if you can start off with a barter system, make sure it's written in contract,
Yes.
then that way both of you are on the same page, because that can be something I have learned that in this business and leadership too. And that's what I said, everything needs to be written in black and white. Nothing can be verbal. Some states honor a verbal contract, but when it comes to here, where we are, we have to have something on paper. So that way, both signatures is legally binding. So if you're going to have a barter system, it still needs to be on paper. So everyone's on the same page.
I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it. All contracts. Everybody needs a contract.
Yes.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it. Let's talk about work-life harmony real quick before we round up. Many talk about how work and life balance, and we talk about that sometime, but we're um we're are curious, we're a little curious about your take on work-life harmony. How do you define it, and have you found harmony
Mm-hmm.
in your work? I love the way that you do all your management and you have your time management. Is there harmony? Do you have time for Mia? What does Mia do?
Oh, yes. Okay.
And,
So
and
Mia loves her sleep. Now, let
come
me tell you
on.
something. I am a napper. So when I have to write out, listen, that's where time management comes in. That's where Mia's my friend, y'all. So, and that timer and those clocks. Okay. So Mia loves her sleep. She loves to be able to lay in the bed, likes to be able to get up when I'm ready to get up and do my task. I know that's not for everybody, but this is where your appointment book comes in. After 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that sleeping section comes on in. You don't want to work. So you make sure you don't schedule anything between the hours of 1:30 and 3:30, because that is your nap time. That is your nap time. But other than that, if we have time for Mia had to learn balance and boundaries for herself. So I'm speaking in this way because if I don't, it's just looking like I'm not being selfish or a feeling of selfishness. When my children are little working in business, it did have that mom guilt that I may be taking away too much time, but they got to see it. I got to sit them on my lap while I'm at the computer. So maybe have a little play computer next to them so they're like they're doing it with me. Give them a little play phone for those that were babies. So sometimes bringing your children in with you, let them do something with you, or let them see you on the phone and talking so they don't feel like they're being neglected. So I had to learn to incorporate some tasks with me. So I tried a business with some like selling lashes in e-commerce. I let them pack and play with them. So that way I gave them a feeling of belonging with me. And that was my thing. But I also had to set boundaries to not overdo it with time, where I'm not taking too long in a task where that task is 15 minutes, but I'm sitting here for an hour. And now that 45 minutes that I could have used, I could have took a walk with my husband and family. I could have used that to go sit and watch a simple small TV show with them. So figuring out what's your quality time, what your home habits are. Like, every Sunday between these hours, your family, you all have dinner, you all watch a movie, during that time frames, don't schedule clients. Don't
Right.
schedule work time. You can probably do it after when everyone's kind of gone to bed. Then maybe do your brain dump then.
Yeah. I love it. I
Do your
love
brain dump then.
I
But
love it.
set boundaries, even for yourself, even with your family. You have to say, hey, here's my sad sign because this is mommy's working time or wife's work time. So I have a little smiley face octopus, and he turns inside out. So one side he's smiling, the other side he's sad. So when they see the sad, it's because mommy's not available to be with you guys right now. But then when it's happy, okay, even though I'm at my desk, you can come and go as you please. But
I
if that sad face is up, okay, you guys gotta be quiet. You guys, I can't talk right now. I'll see you guys in like 15 minutes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I have two more questions for you. In the den here and on the Women Ready to Roar, we're all about supporting other women. So, how important is it for you to support other women both in your professional network and in your business, in your home network?
And I can check it off gradually but slowly, one thing at a time.
So you're just like reasonable goals or accessible
Yes,
goals and
yes,
goals that we know that we can attain, ones that are
yes,
obtainable goals. And those are the ones that'll get you over the hump.
yes.
Because what we do so many times, like you're saying, and that's why we're here. We're here to support each other.
Mm-hmm,
And like you were saying, to support other women, let's help them to understand that if you set a goal, make one that you know that you have full control over. A
mm-hmm.
lot of times we make goals that we have no control over, where we are depending on someone else to meet us in that goal, meet that
Yes,
goal. But if we set goals that we can say, no one but me
yes.
is needed for this particular goal, or if we even, like you said, celebrate our wins, the little steps, the little things,
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
every step you take is closer than where you were before. I love it. Well, Mia, we cannot get off of here without you giving us all the information, connect with you. Where can we sign up? Where can we hire you or your team? Just give us the download. Give us all of the info, phone number, website.
All right, so you can reach me. I have several ways. One, of course, social media is Facebook. So you go to facebook.com/the company. Futrell Virtual Solutions is the name of the company, and you can go there. We also use a link tree. So it'll be linktree/Futrell Virtual Solutions. We also have email, futrellvirtualsolutions@gmail.com, where you can reach us there as well. So we have several options for you to reach out and give us book up a consultation. So consultations are free as well. So you'll be able to get a full scope of how we can assist you. We have our packages available, and we also have customized packages if you need to customize anything. So please go ahead and sign up. Book your appointment for your free consultation, and we will see what you need us to assist you with and serve you.
I love it. I love it. Well, Mia, you know we cannot leave out of here without doing our thing. So, ladies out there, you know we are loving on you and we are here for you and we are so excited. Lioness Mia was here with us today to share some amazing things going on with her business, and we are going to continue to grow, soar, and what, Mia?
Roar.
Oh. All right, everybody. It was
Lioness,
so good for you to have us.
it's
Mia,
time to
thank you for
rise.
joining me today.
Thank
Unleash
It
the
was
you.
power
so
deep
awesome.
inside,
And I know
strong
that
and
everybody, if you
fierce.
need
You're
anybody
not
to
alone.
help you with your social
Together
media
we'll make our
management or
presence
your
known.
business management or anything of that nature, call Mia, call
We're the
Futrell
women
Virtual
ready to
Solutions. Did I say that
roar.
right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, call them. Okay, get in touch with
Build
them.
them,
Thank
yes,
you again, Mia,
like
for
the
all of your time.
sisterhood.
And I
Thank
really
you.
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
it. And
We'll
thank you for joining us.
conquer
We love you
all
here in
just
the
like
Women
we
Ready to Roar
should.
group and here on Pride and Purpose. And we will see you
Roar,
next time. Bye bye.
lioness, show your
Don't forget to
might.
roar.
Stand tall, fight the fight. We're the
Bye, Mia.
voices
Thank
of
you.
Thank
empowerment. Together we'll make the world